We're on your side tonight with a new push to find those responsible for shooting out the lights. Today, the FBI has announced rewards, $25,000 to anyone who can help agents track down, arrest, and convict those who shot up electrical substations. Good evening, and thanks for staying with us tonight. This has happened twice in recent weeks here in North Carolina. The first was in Moore County, a couple hours east of us, the Pinehurst area. It was early December. Someone fired shots at two Duke Energy substations about 10 miles apart. The attack cut power to 40,000 customers. Many were out for several days. Our Ron Lee took us there.
Unlike most disaster situations, whether it be a hurricane or otherwise, there's an opportunity to prepare.
In this case, there was no warning, no time to get supplies ready. But now there's plenty of time to deal with the aftermath.
It was horrifying.
Antonio Marsh found himself without power late Saturday afternoon and at an emergency shelter after what officials call an attack on two substations in the area. His family had just picked up groceries before the outage, food that had to be tossed out.
$280.
$280? So
Yep.
$300 and it all went in the trash?
Yep.
Yeah, there were some real life impacts in that situation. The second attack was in Randolph County, about an hour and a half drive northeast of Charlotte. Happened in mid-January. Energy United was hit in this one, but luckily there were no widespread outages with that attack. But here we are, weeks and now 2 months later in the case of Moore County, and there have been no arrests, no suspects named. That's why the FBI today announced those $25,000 rewards for information leading to a conviction. They need help cracking these cases. Now, all of this is also a reminder parts of our critical infrastructure are vulnerable, and it has the attention of state lawmakers. House Bill 21 was introduced last week. It's pretty simple. It has two sentences. Here they are. Public utilities shall, 1, provide security to substations against vandalism and other security threats, and 2, continuously operate the security systems 24 hours a day. Representative Ben Moss is the sponsor of the bill. He's a Republican from Moore County.
It's a very simple piece of legislation, and it basically just calls for everyone to come to the table. It's a starting point. There's a couple requirements in there about 24-hour security, but it's not defined. The job of this bill was to just say, hey, everyone, you do know we have an issue. We are waiting on the federal government to hand down their regulations or requirements, but we need to be in a position to where if we need more, we're going to work with our energy providers, work with our experts, work with our other legislators, go through the committees and come up with something that can better protect the people of North Carolina. That was the goal of this bill.
The scope of this, though, and the cost of this is enormous. I mean, there are these substations all over the place. To secure them all, how difficult is this?
That's the challenging part, because the last thing I would like to see would be for the consumer to have a rate increase or have a portion in paying for this security. So that's another portion of the bill that I would like for everyone to come together, find different avenues, find cost-effective, affordable ways that we can better secure these grids with the modern technology we currently have. Between cameras, noise detectors, motion detectors, lighting, there's a lot of different things that you can do to make a certain site more secure than what it may be currently.
Have you heard from Duke Energy, other energy providers, about what they think of this legislation, what they'd like to see going forward?
I have, and every one of them have been excellent to work with so far. They're just wanting to be able to come to the table and share in finding solutions for these issues. So, in all honesty, I'm very happy with how forthcoming they've been about, yes, we're willing to come to the table. Yes, we want to work together. And it's made me feel very good about the position that we hopefully will be in.
You know, we've heard of these sorts of threats, these sort of soft targets almost, right, if you will, that they could be vulnerable to these kinds of attacks from various groups. I guess I'm asking you, how frustrated are you that we've sort of dragged our feet on this?
Well, I'm pretty frustrated now, especially when it affected my district personally. And I know that there's probably other people who may not think this could happen to their district within the state, but no one is immune to this. We see it nationwide now. We've seen several occurrences in the state of North Carolina. So we need to all work together to be proactive now instead of being reactive, because I don't wish for this to happen to anyone, and I hope it never happens again, but it's not looking that way from what we have had to happen currently.
Well, we'll be tracking the progress. Keep us up to date, Representative Moss, and I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us.
Thank you so much, sir.